wake up the champion in them with the energy from Milo with Active Go and other foods. Your child needs all the help they can get as they go through their daily activities. Milo with Active Go contains the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa, and is a source of vitamins B2, B3, B6, B12, C, and D, and minerals like iron, calcium, and phosphorus. Now, energize them with a nutritioning cup of Milo every day. Milo, energy to go further. And I love this part. It's approved by the FDA. Charlie, if you know the fear face, don't say it's approved by the FDA.
With your full chest.
Yeah, with your full chest. You know, but I love the adverts where it's like they're running marathon with that phrase. Oh, approved by the FDA. It's not like
This person is better than approved by the FDA.
FDA. I only hear the FDA. The thing before the FDA, then you know that, Charlie, you need to put in the ad. Otherwise, you know, you might be sanctioned. But let me be like C-Real this morning.
Yes,
But
does the FDA know that some people actually use that even though they haven't endorsed the products?
Hey, but you are putting on TV or media where they can see, except they are not monitoring.
No, but I think now you don't. Now it doesn't get to that extent. Now if it's not registered, you don't go that far.
The broadcaster has to get approve the code. You know the codes that are usually under the billboard.
So when you check, you find a code
people used to do what Olele.
Yeah, because that's Slim T.
People go to the studio and like tell them more FDA for tag, you know.
No, but they are watching. They are, you may think that they are
That's
not,
what I'm
but
saying, that the thing is on the media space. You can't tell me that they are not hearing
Don't joke.
it, and they don't have a system that monitors. That would be so
how
great.
many TV stations in this country?
But they should have a system that monitors.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
watching.
how you go to TV stations and there are like 1,000 television stations, people monitoring other stations to see what's happening. I think they should also have things like that, or people sitting behind.
Trust me, they are watching.
They do have monitoring office.
But even beyond that, some of the products actually have the FDA
the sticker. That's what they were saying.
But they don't even
like
have the code there, right? They just put there it's approved by FDA.
With that one, when they catch you, then you will be hot. If they catch you with that one, you will be hot.
No, but after it's killed a lot of people.
You get me? That's when your products become popular.
That's if it's a consumable.
Mostly they are.
After it's killed a lot of people.
Mostly they are. You know, like when I hear stories about how people go to restaurants and, you know, they have to be poisoned, like food poisoning. Yeah. And before, you know, the FDA shows up and before they close down the place, I'm like, don't we have a system where, you know, these people go around regularly? Like you know, just like they go to take tax, you know. Why are they not going around, you know, like to check whether these people are keeping up to the standards that, you know, they are being
That's why I'm saying that they are watching. You wouldn't know they are watching until you own a brand or you have,
like, you know, this recently, like Vanessa was sharing her story about what happened with ShopRite. Yeah. You know, I've seen they closed down she mentioned another place, you know,
the food place, the Mawako.
Yeah, they closed down Mawako, you know. And I'm saying, why does it have to be someone experiencing it, you know, going through food poisoning or
like
somebody
standard?
Like there should be standard.
Yeah,
that
they
every week
give it's like what's the phrase? Business.
Or something.
They do something like the way the assemblies do business operating permit. It expires. So I don't know whether there's this quarterly.
I can have the permits, but I'm not adhering to.
Oh, but you are in Ghana. Even the cars from 1940 something down on the trot is they are roadworthy. Without seat belts and ABS and any technology was because of sticker is roadworthy.
And you wouldn't know the system is working until you are found wanting. You wouldn't know it's working until
so the dying the people who died.
God help us. You know, and it all feeds into this December in GH where it's a festive season. If you're not going for an event, you're eating out with friends and family.
Food is a big part,
like you said. Like FDA has to do a lot. We don't say the FDA. Or the restaurant should start saying that. Or you have to see. Maybe we have to see that in the restaurant,
especially for
the
alcohol mixes.
I think tourists has the hospitality thing. Tourism handles that.
I've seen
FDA.
it.
I think FDA is for packaged foods and beverages for sale.
Okay.
So if you are going to shelf it and sell, then FDA has to make sure that the components that you've contained are good for consumption.
So why did they have to close down the restaurants?
Because I think that one, the standards. FDA does something about the standards of the kitchens. Because there was a time where they went around Osu and there was a lot of these Chinese restaurants closed rats, pictures of rats and frogs and Charlie.
And I think the AMA also has gone locally. I think I've seen some reportage where they have gone to stop Kenke sellers from operating. When
you order your pork fried rice and it's extra spicy, you don't know.
What's entering the
extra spicy?
Yeah, things.
16 cockroaches have.
Don't do that.
I also think
you order
it was because of the rise in typhoid fever as well. At some point in time, there was this crazy rise in typhoid fever. Like medical records reported a lot of typhoid coming into the hospital, so they had to do some kind of like aggressive.
My risk point is not even the restaurants and their negligence of their kitchens. It's like maybe you're driving by, go a food place, maybe she's selling kinky or fried yam, and then they fried so much meat and fish in the display, and you're like, there's no way this fish is going to finish
before
you look at the time, it's 4:30. We're like, who's coming to buy all this fish in the next 30 minutes?
They'll come and refry.
And
we'll refry it, and then
you know,
my mom used to sell both fruits back in the day, you know, and I used to experience that when she goes and hawk it and comes back, you know, the one that is left tomorrow, put in the oil, we'll start selling that one first, you know, so that one I know is true. So I
that's the first thing. So when I go to a kinky place, I have a kinky place in Osu that luckily they do it just at the house there. So
you see live.
That one, you know.
I can when I meet to be, I can all is correct. But when I go, like I'm hungry, I'm just driving, I'm like, oh, kinky place. When I reach and you stack sardines, stack fish, stack this, and I look, there's only 3 people. I'm like, sister, this 2 fish from last week.
And if you don't take it, that's where you buy the expired sardine without even knowing.
Oh, mommy sardine, they've opened and pour it on the thing with the oil.
True.
It's crazy.
You know, somebody asked a question when I was in tertiary. The person said the reason they don't drink porridge, that's cocoa, and they don't buy porridge by the road is, they asked the question. They said, so the woman is preparing the porridge in the morning. She has a child behind her, maybe like a very tender baby. And the baby...
change nappy.
No, wait. It says, and then you know how they bend to it, and baby throws up and he enters into the porridge. What do you expect her to do to the porridge? Don't mix it. So that's the reason the person doesn't buy porridge. That's the reason the person doesn't buy porridge.
But why the person do that?
What would she do?
That's too graphic.
She should throw the
but what would she do?
Thing away.
That's too
graphic. Are you expecting her to throw the entire thing away?
No, that's too graphic.
But you know how really heartless some
it's not heartlessness. So, like, I think it's just
wickedness.
Like, I just feel like they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice.
They have a choice. It's wickedness.
What is this?
Would you eat that food yourself?
You
will eat it.
So why would you want to do that to someone?
Like, let's say the meat falls in the sand or something.
They just put it back in the oil.
Put it back. Why? How?
Nah,
like, it's just by grace, honestly. Like eating outside. Eating outside is just by some sort of grace.
I never experienced it.
You see, you make it
the way I did drink cocoa. People are merciless with it. When I got out, squeeze the first one. Jesus is
It's like the first time I went to Agoglushi and I saw how.
That's why I'm gaining weight. I have to check my cocoa butter. With this end. Okay,
some of this is because if you look at how plantain chips, you know, it's fried in this country.
Yeah, all the oil and
stuff like that, bro. For like 6 months, I wasn't eating plantain chips.
There's a trick I learned. If you get the plantain chips and you have like you get home, or if you're in town, you can't do it. But for honey, when you buy honey and you go home, fetch the honey on a teaspoon or a tablespoon, light a match, or put it near the gas. If the honey burns, if the flame is able to stay on the honey, it's not honey.
It's what?
Pure honey isn't flammable. So the moment...
It's rubber.
Yeah, there's something else in
foam. Sometimes they use foam.
They use foam, they use sugar.
Foam and sugar,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So why do people want to kill people?
They use foam and
They'll
sugar.
take one pure honey like this, and they'll turn it to 2 liters.
So foam, they'll bend foam, and then they'll mix it with sugar.
Maybe now I want to agree with you. It's just
try it.
Well.
All of us, I'm sure we all have some honey somewhere now. Just take a tablespoon, fill it with it, put on your gas, and put the honey next to it. If the flame is able to go on the spoon and burn, the flame is trying to burn the things that are not the honey. But pure honey, it will just get hot. The spoon will just get hot and it will start bubbling.
And it will become lighter.
Caramelized. Yeah. It become...
Oh, but that's terrible.
So when I buy honey,
but there's a reason for us to be careful during this season because
important.
Even with alcoholic beverages, I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, fake ones. You get headake. You get serious headache.
That's how I drank some whiskey and they were playing from
Tell on yourself.
They were playing from in my head. Charlie, listen, we're all in the party there. Only me, I was saying, the main beat was playing.
Oh,
hey, Charlie, look at the whiskey girl.
And also the paper drinks. The paper drinks as well. Buying and drinking directly from the paper drink is really risky because you don't know whatever has settled under it. And then sometimes you see some kettles. You see some kettles under it until you pour it and then know what exactly it is. That it's
is also killing a lot
just
of people.
Pour it out and drink.
When you order food or drinks, right? People don't want to be critical. To be like, I don't call a restaurant there, then I'll eat. You understand? When they bring your drink, take your drink, have a look at it. If you are uneasy about it, look at the damn expiry. Be comfortable. Okay, it was made in 21, it will expire in 25. Please open it for me. You understand? But most people are like, oh yeah, serve me. You know?
No, I don't think they even ask you. By the time they bring the hour,
you can stop them. I do my best to stop them.
No, but I think it's just their subconsciousness. I mean, you go into a restaurant.
You are there to be served.
Exactly. So you go in there.
See, that serving, that flex, you know, it will kill you. That flex, last, you know, you go chop the breakfast.
For me, I'm more concerned about, these events that we are going to go for.
But you're going to be eating and drinking there.
Exactly. This big event. Because sometimes they even bring track, what do you call it, food trucks and stuff like that. Sometimes you want to
and you're drinking cocktail, you don't even know what mixers got into it. Whether the drink is...
No, like I'll stand there.
No, but sometimes these cocktails, you can't like take the guy's bottle and say,
you are worrying about that. At least alcohol can sanitize. What about the glass?
Yeah.
The glass that the person before you drank and it was spilling and you licked.
So I often go for straws.
Yeah.
But why? What is
all
that?
The time.
You've never been drinking something and it kind of limped a bit and you were like, oh. Yes, and then the guy, they don't wash it well, and then you go and you ask for pina colada. You know what is nice.
Sex on the beach.
Yeah, sex on the beach. Oh, please don't make it too strong.
No, but the best thing to do is just use a straw. It's safer. It's safer to use a straw. At least for the straw.
Have you seen the inside of the straw?
Wait, hold on. When you use the straw and you're disposing of it, just make sure you destroy your straw before you throw it away. Because there's the case where people can also go and pick the straws and wash it and reuse it. You get what I mean?
Wash your straw and you
have you seen the inside of a commercial straw?
But even plastic spoons are washed and reused. Plastic spoons. Oh, yes.
Warm water. They put it in warm water. The oil and things will come out.
So then we start going to events with our spoons and our cups.
So
like primary school, your lunchbox.
Listen, I always have disposables in my car. All the time. All the time.
By now, go and check because she doesn't have spare time. She has plastic spoon, napkin.
No, that one, the spare time, she can decide to leave. No, this one, I will hold brief for you. The spare time, you can decide to leave the car where
but when you're hungry,
you're hungry. Inside,
I swear I lie. Lenny doesn't have spare time, but she has fork and knife. Hey, baby, what is
it? Important.
It's very important.
It's crazy. As we are partying and talking about December in GH, going from one party to the other, we might actually fall sick by January.
No, it happens to a lot of people's hangover. They go and drink, mix things, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people's mild, serious hangovers are mild alcohol poisoning. Yeah. There's a thin line between a hangover and alcohol poisoning. If it starts itching you, like people drink and they get reactions and blah, blah. It starts itching you, you start getting migraines, your vision, blah, blah, blah. You are on alcohol poisoning side.
Wow. But who is even checking all of this?
That's the question.
As maybe you're having an event, you have, like you said, food truck.
Yes.
There's a sponsor, alcoholic sponsor or whatever. Yeah. Who is checking all those things that they bring? Is it the duty of the event?
Since I became an adult. My mother, when you're
so
out,
silly.
Mothers.
She'll let me drink the tea in peace.
But it's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy. No, it's very risky.
Yeah.
And because we take it as a time of merrymaking, the indulgence is high. So the normal amount...
don't pay attention to some of these
exactly.
things.
And the normal amount you would have consumed, we go in excess because we celebrate.
And having fun.
You know, and that's where the risk is. The risk might not be... Charlie, if you are looking for the most hygienic food, then maybe eat paper.
But vendors should have a conscience. Vendors should have a conscience.
All of them do.
It's sad, which is really sad, MzGee, because you know that you are feeding people, and you know that by extension, if this food doesn't go down well with the people, they'll either get food poisoning. It's not everybody that survives food poisoning. True. The person can die from your negligence, from your doings or misdoings. So you have to be conscious enough.
Do you see how they break the eggs into the check? When they break the veggies, they chop veggies and blah blah. Do you think when I'm frying egg in the house, I break it into something separate? I look at it,
the shell.
The thing is from the fire, they are just whether there's a whole live chick in that thing,
it's because in this country.
That's what I'm saying, that they should just have a conscience. They will help all of us.
For profit.
They should just have a conscience. We don't sue people. We don't like even the consumers. We take anything for granted.
And this
my uncle thing, where they had to close down.
Yeah.
If it was another country, they would have been sued straight.
And they won't even open again.
Uncle paid big.
Of course they paid, but I'm saying like an individual.
To the FDA, they find them.
But what about the people who had to hospitalize
That's what I'm saying.
themselves?
The individuals.
The bills that they picked up, who paid those bills?
If it were to be in a Western country or
Some people don't have that as part
something,
of their budget and all of that.
You get it. If it were to be in a Western country or something, these guys are like, whoever it is making a lot of money from that. Because
but don't you guys think, as we are talking about events, don't you think that there should be some, statutory body that you are registering your events with? They come,
just like the way the GIO come for their money.
They come for their money from events.
Ministry of Tourism.
But they're the ones who. So he was talking about.
Oh, they didn't hear me. I said
Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Arts.
But they're the ones who have given what's it called, labeled the December
for this. They are the ones saying that to bring revenue. They are the ones coordinating
you know what I would love to see? The events that are endorsed by the government or by the ministry, they should equally provide these things that you're speaking of, like making sure that inspections are done. Because if you put a government endorsement on an event,
that's why if you look
it is serious.
If you look at most of the events, come and dance, shout and go home.
Yes.
Because they don't want to have that liability. It's a very serious liability. Festivals like the Glastonbury Festival, Party in the Park, other places where you have vendors coming to sell food. There are contracts and disclaimers. Events that I've done that around food.
Yeah.
Vendor contracts. Yeah. Where the liability on the food you are bringing, MzGee canteen.
Yeah.
Every yawa is for you.
Yeah.
If it goes well, we'll get some. But if yawa there, you have signed it. It's for you. So that the festival is indemnified from any yawa. And I think that's what we need to look at more. If we start putting people on paper, that if somebody goes to complain that it's your wachi that gave me this, you will be dealt with. People will come with clean food.
Yeah. It takes me back to when Dennis came here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
When Dennis talked about health and safety.
Yeah, and he talked about the procedure they went to go into the
UK authority, local
authority, the local court to get he said something. The permits, get the permits done, get the vendors, how to visit the stakeholders in the environment, in the neighborhood. We don't take that much here. You can wake up and your neighbor is doing something. And you're like, what? What is going on? Like it's Saturday. I really thought it would be peaceful today. We don't care.
You don't.
And if you go and complain, you are the devil. It's really bad.
And another thing I also wanted to draw attention to was the fact that I don't know if have we really gone past COVID? Have we really gone past, where...
I think the one
I had this conversation yesterday.
No, but don't be laid back thinking that COVID is not around anymore. I think people just wear your mask and
we just said
do whatever you have
from
to
COVID.
do.
COVID is still there.
So I don't know, because you see, the education, the awareness has dipped.
Because maybe we've had the shots and
do you know what they are
booster, doing? So people think that,
from
it will be mild, your reaction
From day one, they were going for herd immunity, where we will get it and we'll recover and we will get it till our bodies naturally develop resistance. Now, they cannot continue funding the way they started funding at pandemic time. Economies will crash with everything that's happening in the world. So they've kind of released the leg off the brake small for life to continue to a certain extent. But don't think COVID is still not there. Yesterday, I had this conversation in an elevator. We're like 5-6 of us. The moment the conversation started, everybody was looking down. We now realized that we were breathing. Before we mentioned COVID, we forgot that we were there breathing into each other's faces.
Exactly. Because, the reason I'm saying this is because these events we are hosting here in Ghana definitely have some international people coming in, or you have foreigners coming in. And if you remember, our first COVID case was from a foreigner.
Yeah.
And in other countries apart from Ghana, they are still struggling they are still fighting COVID one way or the other. So I'm not too sure what, the health ministry or the health authorities have put in place.
Especially now that we are not checking anymore.
Exactly, at the airport, because looking at where we are right now.
They are not checking anymore.
No, they are not checking anymore.
No. I came in free. I didn't pay $50.
No, you're not.
I didn't pay $150.
I know the rest of the world is checking.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they didn't check in America as well. America is quite lax on COVID.
So what was it because Qatar?
I don't know. I don't think it's because this was way before Qatar.
No, I mean, but there's protocols in Qatar. You need your COVID card.
Why are you talking about from Ghana to Qatar?
Okay.
But we're not doing
I thought you said they're not checking them.
Okay. PCR test or whatever.
They're checking vaccination card, right?
Even before you come into Ghana, the airline make sure that you fill in the Ghana Health Service, whatever, with your COVID details.
Right.
So if you haven't taken the shots, then that's the problem.
Right.
So I think that's the only thing they've done to mitigate maybe people coming in with COVID. If you haven't taken the shots at all, I think there's another stand for you when you get to Kotoka. I think maybe that's where they do the test.
So
I don't know.
Pay the same $50?
I don't know about it because I have the shots and you're using your card.
Right.
When you come in, you have to show your card, they inspect and all of that. So I think it's the problem now is those who have refused to
take
do
the
it.
shots.
Yeah. But however, last December, when I was going to Nigeria, and I complained bitterly about it, when you get to the Nigerian airport, there's a huge queue there. What's happening there? You're supposed to pay for COVID. Now listen to the interesting thing about it, the way they go about it, and which was a very relaxed system for anybody to dupe. No, you pay for COVID. Even when you have the card, you pay for COVID test at the airport, and they tell you your final designation. They show you, maybe they give you a number of hospitals and say go to either this hospital or that hospital. Now that I've entered the system, go and check whether you have COVID.
So what are they checking at the airport?
Voluntarily.
No, you are paid. They take the money from you at the airport.
So if you like, don't go.
If you like, don't go.
So if you go to the hospital, don't take any money from you. Is that what it
Yes,
is?
you've already paid at the airport. But it's interesting because I've already entered the system.
Assuming the money is...
So, look at me. I did this at Lagos Airport. I was going all the way to Akwa Ibom. So I took another flight. Joined people. Going to Akwa Ibom. Do you know what I did? Because I knew I was going to return to Ghana. I waited when it was a few days for me to come to Ghana. I did the COVID test and I brought that to Ghana.
Because so that's what you mean by okay.
It's a way to dupe the system.
Very relaxed.
It's flawed.
Very relaxed.
It's flawed.
I waited till it was a day or two for me to come to Ghana. Then because I'd already paid and was in the system. And in their minds, I'm staying in Akwa Ibom for a lengthy time.
They've commercialized the vaccine and the testing
Which should not be the case.
that they are not making the structure easy for people. They rather want you to pay at every checkpoint to make money, rather than thinking about how can we make it feasible that we can know she's safe for her round trip.
Even for our country.
They've changed the thing.
For our country, so that you are not the carrier, bringing it to our country.
Oh, they'll tell you that.
Kotoka,
now you get bad luck.
When you get there, there's nothing like pay and then go home and go to another hospital. They are there
testing you.
Yeah. That used to cause some traffic at the airport. You could wait 3 hours, especially when you return.
But we have a whole COVID village behind Airport Shell there.
Oh, we do?
Between Airport Shell and
between Airport
London
Shell,
restaurant.
Runabout.
Oh, the runabout on the right.
Some vast space.
They've cleared that building, whole tents, canopies, everything for testing. We have a whole village. Even the Hajj, the other side, the Hajj village, and there's another one there.
Is it functioning though? Because I know that was like a car park. It was like
it was like a car park. But at the time of the thing, they had canopies and stuff.
So what's going to happen to it now that it's on a decline? Or
for me,
exclusive apartments for rent.
I am. The reason why I even brought this up was because it might not be covered. It might be something else. So because we know
monkeypox. What happened to it?
I think
it's gone.
I think
we can't say it's gone because we just don't hear anything.
So what about that during this event season?
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that we are not paying attention to, and it's like the awareness is on the low. Like around this time last year or last 2 years, the Ghana Health Service, they were everywhere telling people, look, you are going out. Make sure you're mindful of this, you're mindful of that. Have a hand sanitizer because look, people are not washing their hands anymore. People are not sanitizing their hands anymore. And you go to these parties, you are going to hold door handles. You're going to these events. They're not going to check. People are not even putting disinfection. And the funny thing is, the churches that were often criticized that they won't be able to do this are still using
booths. The screening.
Yeah, like you check your temperature. They still check your temperature. They sanitize your hands. You go to the disinfection booth and so on and so forth. But you don't see that
right now in front of some of the banks and insurance companies and all those big firms.
Yeah,
there used to be this thing you walk in.
The disinfection booths.
It's just there. You just challenge and say,
some people even go around it. They don't have time to,
the security men who used to hold the sanitizer.
I think they're doing that. I went to the MTN office recently to register my SIM card.
Just a few.
It's because of the influx. I've also gone there and they went do it. They're a big brand. They have to be held accountable, please.
Oh, Charlie.
It's because people are panicking again to go and do their SIM registration. So of course, that one there is like in
exactly.
But when things were relaxed, I walked into the place and went to do my business. And
nobody asked me anything. Well, let's look at
but that's rather unfortunate because then it makes us seem like we are only serious when the thing is on. Exactly.
But that isn't that Ghana.
But okay, fine. Right now we are in December. I was even going to say we are getting into December. We are in December, but getting into the peak of events. So I think all of these sensitizations should start all over again. The masks should be there and available. The gloves, if possible, should also be there. And then wash your hands.
Just run it.
Every media company
constantly, like we shouldn't stop.
Had radio ads,
everywhere.
Had press ads, had billboards, had everything. The content doesn't need to be recreated. It's just about deployment. Even if it's on social media, get it running.
You can even rerun the same exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You've already done it. Why December I wash my hand differently? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Because you go on social media, there's nothing. Big brands, these event centers, nobody has put out. I've gone to most of the event centers pages. I've not seen anybody saying, hey guys, we are in December. Yeah. Remember, as you come to party with us this month, so and so, we'll be checking COVID cards at the car park.
Yeah.
So and so. Wouldn't it be nice that a beach venue or a restaurant...
That reminds me, did anybody remember that the GTA or was it the ministry told us that they'll be checking our COVID cards at events?
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
It never happened. Nobody checked my card.
It was actually part of the rule or shall I say
Did anybody have that experience?
Did it happen?
No.
Nobody checked my card at events.
I remember Afrochella, for example. It was stated that you have to check
the
before
card.
you come in.
Did they check?
No, they didn't. They didn't. The only thing they checked.
But it was important to state it.
Yes, but the only thing they checked.
So that people bring it along.
The only thing they checked was.
But Ghana, where people will park under the no parking to ask for direction. Stating it there with the state too. Ghana, we state.
But even for all the events, they did say that all COVID protocols observed. You get there and there's no sanitation.
That's semantics. What does that mean? All protocols observed.
All COVID-19.
What does that mean?
That means
that they'll have the sanitizer,
going through
the dispensers.
Listen, you, the organizer, the onus falls on you to ensure that the people who are coming to your venue are good enough.
Well, some people do it. We need to state that some people do it. For instance, if you go to the Grand Arena, even when we're having 3 music awards in the peak of COVID, they had to go through that. Even the Ghana Music Awards as well, they did that. Almost all the events at Grand Arena, you go and then I remember very well also that I went for the MTN stands in worship, or is it the Carols Night last year at Fantasy Dome as well. They went through those. You see a lineup, should I say, of what's it called? The hand washing basins, and you have to go through that before
sanitizer dispenser.
And it also, funny enough or interesting enough, I went to eat at some local place. The woman was sitting by the door. Often about 4 At the point I got irritated. I'm like, fufu la only my number phone. And when you're entering, say, often course number phone.
I think that we as a people as well have to be held responsible for some of these people stopping. Because you get into a bank and then the security guy is insisting for you to sanitize and you are giving attitude. You are going into a supermarket.
I just use my own.
Exactly. You are going into a supermarket. They are asking you to wash your hands and then sanitize. And you say, I just washed my hands or I've used my own sanitizer. Yes. And you are giving attitude. You go into a space, they ask you to. So we are also to be held. Exactly. We are also to be held accountable because it's stressing people. Constantly, people are also fighting with others over just use the sanitizer. It's for your own safety. Wash your hand, wear a mask, and then you are fighting people for it.
Let me spoil the conversation on our Instagram. Mr. Obed Hope I'm enjoying it. The lady with the dyed hair is beautiful. Please, please ask her to call me. Please,
ask her to call me.
DM the guy. We are watching. They are telling me.
You have 2 people with dyed hair.
She has to DM.
His hair is dyed as well.
No.
Bro, I get the number. I go DM you.
This is dyed as well. Real hair. It's not my real hair. You are the one with the dyed hair.
Let me see if the guy is fresh and cutie.
let me read some comments on Facebook.
He also has dyed hair.
Joseph Kato says, great discussions, especially the food hygiene. These are great points. Please, why not put it on paper and send it to the authorities? Example, food and drinks hygiene to the FDB. Charlie. Nanaya says, is Dynasty Restaurant still functioning? The authorities closed down some years ago. That's also
I think that's the one with the rats issue. Rats, MzGee. That thing came on TV.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was crazy. And Dynasty was very popular.
And the way it was popular.
Charlie. Copnard Franconasa says...
that's the one next to Smith.
The one by the roadside. Right by the roadside.
Yeah.
Franconasa says, culture daily spreading the knowledge to the world because it's hard to hear these things nowadays. Everywhere is a rat race. Charlie. And Anaya also says, most people consume expired drinks, especially at night at various pubs. And that's very important because at night you are either tired or you've jammed so much, you just need a drink and you don't have you don't have time to check the expiry. I mean, Charlie, you need some cold drinks. Sometimes you want some cold. Someone said when it is cold.
What about if it's also the part that worries if it's a draft? You know, how do you even go check in? Oh, I want to draft whatever draft it is. You can't go and say, give me the whole.
We are walking by grace. We are walking by
grace.
grace.
I said it's just by the grace of God.
We are walking
you
by
can't
grace.
blame it on anything else because if you have to punch holes into all of the things that people should do or must do that they are not doing, it's just a long list. It's just by grace.
Well, let's go into the event. For the guy who said we should put it on pen and paper and send it to the authorities, I think it's a bigger medium that we're using to send to the authorities. They are listening, and I hope that they will take what we are saying seriously. And we ourselves now will know that we have to be cautious. And even you listening, we know that you have to pay attention to the things that you buy, eat, and drink at events. Okay, so let's start with a pool that we have. The lineup of events likely to happen this December. So the Gold Block Party already took place. It happened on 2nd December, and there's Junk Fest on the 3rd. Happened already.
Do we have any reviews?
Atmosphere.
Junk Fest.
Those of you chillers. Those of us old men who are at home eating.
Old men and women.
Now that you're old men and women, you're not Gen Z again. I think you're Gen Z.
As of today, I have disconnected from every gen. Today you can call me Olu.
Gladly, a pseudo Gen Z.
And then there's Ghana TikTok Awards scheduled for the 9th.
Ghana Twitter Awards?
Yeah.
Twitter, TikTok.
I heard Atmosphere was good, but it was far.
Yeah, it was.
Where is that?
It was out of town.
Somewhere.
Almost in Sawam. But
Wildaland is far.
No, but you see, Wildaland, the experience is built on going to be
there.
And it's more than a day, right?
Yeah, it's more than a day.
So you know it's like I'm traveling somewhere to go jump, but in and out trip.
Oh, for Insawam, Maybe it's for the people of Insawam.
Yeah.
And its environment.
You know, and that's another thing that we need to talk about when we are done with the list. Decentralizing. There's a lot of people like Wildaland, Atmosphere, Hillbury.
Even Tyler Rave.
The other one that they do at
Little Havana.
Which
is also happening here as well.
Those out of town ones, we need to discuss that when we get back.
Okay, so there's a WizKid concert this weekend.
Let's talk about WizKid.
Will there be rappers there?
Let's talk about WizKid's concert.
Let's line up all of them.
Okay. Will there be rappers at the WizKid concert?
Well, RTBs is going to be there. So
I thought he said they are not rappers. Or he called Nice to see Sagode and Blacko.
Yeah, our talk is going to be there. Asaka is going to be there.
But he didn't call the 3 rappers, the only 3 rappers in Africa. He didn't call them.
He's not the only one organizing the event, so
but at least he says you people have rappers here in Ghana.
I go talk about until I meet them.
Hopefully you get to meet him this weekend.
On the weekend when I meet them, like, I don't see nothing.
So there's a GT concert as well. There's Party Live with Gyakie, which is on the 16th of December.
Oh, that's her thing,
yeah. There's, is it Dikini Island? Dikini. So more like bikini.
Yeah, that's dashiki bikini.
Okay.
So Dikini is, I think it's a Gen Z
what does it mean?
Product. It's just swimwear, right? But it has that
African
made from dashiki.
Not
the guy is holding breast this early morning. He said, he didn't know. Watch the video back. So, you know, the whole it's a Gen Z thing and it's uniform and it's the whole
Step and a production.
Bro, what were you doing yesterday? You have to tell us everything. You are still doing it.
There's many festivities for the 18th, Mozama Disco 21st.
That's Sheriff.
Yeah, that's Black Sheriff. And then MzGee concert for the 22nd.
MzGee, okay.
So BHIM concert on the 23rd.
BHIM, you said it well. You said BHIM. It's not BHIM. It's BHIM. It's like gunshot. You have to fire it. BHIM concert.
BHIM concert by Stonewall.
But you know, people usually don't even know the full meaning of BHIM.
Bless His
Imperial Majesty. Yeah.
And then Kids Daniels is on the 23rd as well. That's a clash, you know.
Yeah, so see.
Okay.
So
but Ghana, inside Ghana. BHIM over.
Promiseland is not 24th anymore. It's 23rd this time around. Yep. So Wildaland is 24th to 26th of December.
I just felt financial pain of petrol.
And the Maestro has his, yearly annual concert. Maybe that's why King Promise shifts from 24th.
24th to 23rd.
Yeah, Kojoentry's 24th concert. Around the world, 25th to 26th December, Rapperholic.
So around the world, actually, right? Let me give my people free promo. Around the world is Echo House.
Yeah.
So if you've known the success of Echo House with events, there's something they started last year, and it's for Lerny. It's based on food from around the world.
Yeah.
So they bring different chefs and cooks
it's 2 days.
Different cultures.
I think it's 2 days.
I think you buy a ticket based on how much you want to eat or something.
It's 2 days.
There's an Instagram page around the world.fest or something.
Can they bring us, tickets?
I'll speak to them and let's see.
Yeah, so that we can.
Because I have to take Lerny,
otherwise
my boyfriend they'll sack me from the job. Baby, I got you, okay? Listen, I will chain you to the stand.
Thank you so much.
I said, don't touch her, let her
eat. So we have Rapperholic on the 25th by the landlord, Sarkodie. Little Havana, like you talked about, up there, the mountains, 26th. There's Detty Rave, 27th. Afrochella, 28th to 29th. Afro Nation, 29th to 30th.
And so 28th to 30th is packed.
Yeah, and
from
then there's Teens Rave. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of new. What I realized this year is that we've seen a lot of new events. Like Atmosphere was one of the events that
confidence is coming back to the event space.
But that's huge. He's a confidence.
No. I mean, like people's confidence.
I was wondering if you're talking about
because
the Queen
Mother. Space. So. Yeah. Anyway, so let's take the events according to which one we are familiar with and talk about.
So
let's talk about the indigenous ones. The first ones that
the first timers or
the ones that have had a good run, like a back-to-back.
Like obviously that we know, but the new ones that we are seeing here. That
I'm told that we should start with BHIM because
you are saying it again, MzGee.
BHIM.
Macho your voice.
This house, I am the BHIM regional president.
Coordinator.
I coordinate. I believe
I'm the national youth organizer for BHIM. BHIM
thank
Nation.
You.
Enjoy your time. J Foley is coming back.
J Foley, the name sounds familiar. J Foley sounds familiar.
Foley acid.
No, Shatta Foley.
BHIM, I have taken over. You come. We even changed the name of the company.
Talking about Shatta Foley, just briefly. You know his song JJC.
Johnny just come out.
No.
That's
the meaning of
I'm not here that.
The way you talk about.
Oh, I'm asking. Oh, no shade. Why?
For some reason, the song is just picking up serious.
But
is that what the song title is about?
I don't know what.
It says that if you're buying a Benz for the first time, drive it like this.
All of it, it's an old song, right? But for some reason, it's just.
Oh, it's an old song.
Yeah, it's not relatively new. It's a song that.
How old?
I have to check. I have to cross check to be
sure.
Is
it up to a year?
No, I don't think it's up to
months.
And it's doing numbers on TikTok.
Shatta can wake up tomorrow and say, Charlie,
Shatta has an army. So
Charlie, he just dropped a song.
For it to catch fire.
SM for life. Yeah. For life is for life.
But what I haven't realized here is Shatta doesn't have a concert.
But he's on concerts.
Well, I only know of Afrochella. I don't know.
But Shatta has never had an annual concert like that.
Last year he had one with Medical. That was the Deeper Than Blood concert. That was what he did at the stadium.
DT.
That was where he went to diss the Nigerians, and then the Nigerians came after us.
Deeper Than Blood. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the concert. They say we should start from the BHIM concert. But BHIM actually is coinciding with two other concerts. So BHIM is on the 23rd, Kiss Daniels on the 23rd, and Promiseland on the 23rd. So let's begin to look at it, as people who patronize events. Tell me about what you make of these 3 events, coming together. I don't think that the event organizers should have said, okay, 23rd is always for BHIM, so let's leave it like that. I also don't think that it's proper to have 3 events on the same day.
I agree with you.
So I'm just thinking of how they're going to cash out. Maybe the argument would be like, oh, King Promise has his call, Stonebwoy has his call. So definitely, it's Kiss Daniels that will be missing out on the day. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, okay.
Definitely Kiss Daniels. Because for homegrown audience, BHIM is, I would probably say,
is the biggest.
BHIM is the biggest audience, because the people who are Promise fans were first BHIM Stonebwoy fans. If you are looking at timeline, people who love Stonebwoy were in love with Stonebwoy before they discovered.
Yeah, they knew Stonebwoy before King became King Promise.
So if they have to make a choice, catalog-wise, type of music, energy, everything, BHIM is more of a rave because of the music. Dance hall is go party. Yeah. King Promise is more vibes and feel good.
Lover.
And I'm
if you don't have your lover,
that kind of thing.
Melodies.
So, I don't know. They might all be highly successful because they pull different markets. So that's the blessing. So on the BHIM and Promiseland, I don't think is much of a problem. People might even do both.
True, and that's what really happens. They go to one fest
for a bit, start jamming, and then
go to the next.
The one that I'm sure the last year, because Daniels, it shouldn't have come that day.
Why is he having his concert though?
I don't know, but you're not doing it in Nigeria where your core
people are. There's also that thing that happens during these Christmas events, that people don't sleep. If it's all the 4 days or all the 5 days, they are up and out the whole time. Exactly. They just go home, shower, change, move, shower, change, move, shower. But I just want to say one thing. Whilst you are at that, just remember that your January ending salary is what will be paid to you.
But I've heard that next year, the January is 94 days.
No, but this the
calendar people called me.
It's 94 days.
And the calendar. So listeners and viewers, please, information reading me from calendar.com is that 2023 January is 94 days.
Tell
so
them.
Those of you know maths, you can divide 94 by 7.
Let them
see how many.
They'll tell you a day at a time.
A day at a time.
Okay, tomorrow we'll take care of itself, right?
Okay. How the economy is going? Unless water.
Kiss Daniel's concert is happening at 3 p.m. That's the time they put there.
Oh, but you know that 3 p.m. it means 8.
But BHIM did not even actually put a time on the flyer. So now it makes you wonder, okay.
For all you know, it's on the ticket.
Yeah, but
you know they are selling the tickets now with the short code.
Yeah.
So I think they've gone digital. But
for those of us who have been to BHIM concerts, we actually know what time it starts and how it goes down. It's a jam. I mean, Stonebwoy has done so well. You see, I think what he's done for himself is having to differentiate the brand Ashaiman to the World concert and the BHIM concert.
I think Ashaiman is for the people.
Ashaiman is for
my people. Take this
exactly.
one,
and it's for free.
And then BHIM is like
BHIM is like Charlie.
Let's spend some money. Let's refine it.
You get it.
I love that.
You look at the brand direction. You look at some of the activations they're looking to do for this year. It's amazing. He's bringing Busy Signal. I have not.
It's my brother, Stonebwoy. It's my brother. If you don't know, it's my brother.
I have not heard from Busy Signal in a very long time.
And dancehall fans, we love them.
You get, so I think that alone should give a pull.
On behalf of myself, I'd like to let people know that I'll dirty myself.
I will be seeing you more on social media.
Social media, I will train.
The thing that is also with these concerts, apart from the fact that people hop from one concert to the other. It's always a thing I've said about, and when Mr. Drew was here, I think I was asking him, jump on my concert, let me jump on yours. Everybody is jumping on somebody's concert around this time. If you check the catalog of maybe, for instance, Promiseland, you might find the same people who will be on Promiseland showing up at the BHIM concert.
Or even if not the same, you find some 5 or 6
of them being at the BHIM concert. And they will advertise all of these people, saying that they are there. Even sometimes, I hear that sometimes the artist actually will call the one who has the concert, say, Charlie, I don't mind being on your stage, and they put them on. Now, check the ratings of each of these concerts. Even Kiss Daniels, let's not kid ourselves. Some Ghanaians who might be 3 p.m. concert. Kizania's can perform. How many songs does he have that he perform from 3 p.m. to maybe like 12 midnight?
Kizania has songs,
but he has a catalog. Yeah. But how many does he have? And would people want to stay all through? Ghanaians? Yeah. You know, only Kizania singing back to back. I don't know. I'm just asking. And how long can he hold? Can he hold like 4 hours?
I think the people you go with and the ambience of the event also contribute. Now I'm an old man, but those days we used to do the same thing.
You move in droves.
Yeah. Even moving, you load your guests, put the car inside.
Oh, Charlie.
3-4 cars.
Oh, Charlie.
You are going. You arrive. Your ticket set. You call that guy you know for backstage already. They open the barricade. You go enter. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's all part of the night.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not necessarily about, okay, I'm done watching Stonebwoy. There's no need to go to BHIM. No. Going to BHIM is a whole...
Yeah.
God forbid.
You have done watching Stonebwoy.
God forbid.
There's no need to go to BHIM.
No, I'm saying that in case, let's say, somebody goes to Promiseland and Stonebwoy happens to pass
up there.
No, I don't think people are going to say because they saw him at Promiseland, they won't go to BHIM, because driving to BHIM is an experience. Getting there, the people you meet, your snaps, your IG, the experience, the songs that he might even perform. Maybe on somebody else's concert, you do his most popular song or a feature that he has with the guy, and then he bounces. But on his concert,
he takes his time to
he will do therapy for us. Bro, if you don't do therapy at the concert, you do therapy for us, you know.
Do all the songs that you want to hear.
Despite that it's the same artist, the experience is different. So that's how I see it.
I mean,
what about the timing clash? How long is one expected to stay at one event and then move to the other?
Oh, well, I don't think it's written
I just wanted
to
quickly chip in that these concerts you're talking about are concerts that 3 Music have partnered with or in partnership with. So just in case you are wondering why we are talking about these concerts, we know we have a lot of them happening, but we are focusing on the ones that we have media partnerships with, so that we could throw more spotlight.
Of course, hand go, hand come.
And also we're going to give out some tickets.
We like that.
And we have some celebrity, we have some celebrity love coming in as well. My man Stay J says, "Greet your people for me. I'm watching live." So big ups to the whole team. Production.
Never going to So we're going to give out some
definitely
tickets.
Part of Ghana's music legacy.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
true.
So please pay attention to 3 Music TV, pay attention to PLUZZ 89.9 FM. We'll be giving out some of these tickets to some of these events, and hopefully you can take your girl or take your boy. These days, the ladies are actually taking us out, you know. Shout out to the Ghana ladies, man. Shout out to the Ghanaian queens.
Let's go to...
Shout out to the Ghanaian queens.
My money is not taking anybody out.
My money is not taking...
I don't know about...
I can't hear what
my money is not taking anybody out. Is that you're taking me out, so I take myself out?
I'll sleep in the house.
Wow. I take myself out.
No, it's 3 things. I'm either going on my own, going with my other girlfriends, or I'm sleeping.
That's it. If your money if you don't have money, stay in your house. Or go with your boys.
Shall we continue,
do
please?
NCNC.
Yes.
Shall we continue, please?
So let's talk about Mozama Disco.
Mozama Disco.
That's 21st. We can blend Mozama Disco, NSG concert, which goes 21st and 22nd. Yeah. So 2 days.
So Mozama I'd like Disco. To ask Blacko about the name.
Yeah. I think the last time we have
the name because I know it was a church.
Yeah.
Because someone
Mozama Disco Christian Church. Anyway, but the way he spelled it, I don't think that's how
Christian Church or Christo?
Cristo. Mozama Disco Cristo.
Well, he says this is the
Genesis. Way they spelled, is that how they spelled the Mozama? I don't think so.
No, I think it's S, right?
I don't even remember how he spelled it though, but I don't think...
I know one gentleman came out saying that the father was one of the founding fathers of Mozama Disco, and
why he's still not there? No, it's not functioning. You know, the other day, because I know that when I go to my village, my mom's village, Apisokubi, they have that church... there. Yeah. It's called MDC.
This is a big deal because it's his maiden event too. Yeah. He's been around the UK and other places.
I mean, looking at
performed with Berna.
He's had a run of highly successful shows from the 3 Music outdooring where the internet went nuts.
The rain effects.
About his rain, eh?
Yeah, to his featuring on Berna's stage. To UK platforms, him putting together his actual show, the craftsmanship, the set design, the experience has to be more than just an artist on stage.
And Blacko has the songs to go through.
Exactly, that's why I'm more concerned about the experience. It's easy to get a DJ set and let your fans engage you and enjoy. But to create an experience like the legacy he's already been racking up. The bar is already high for him having the first show, so we look forward to that.
But from what we witnessed in the UK at the Cocoa Bar, I think from the experiences that the patrons there had, we seem to be, very excited about what this would bring, because
and the number of people who will show up with him
exactly
on the stage.
Because they enjoyed themselves, and I'm told people were asking for more. They were asking for more because Black has always introduced that level of high artistic direction and value to his craft, and you're not just going to see Blacko perform his songs, you're going to see him live the songs through his performance. And we saw what he did at Mobiles. It was very short, but I think it was another way of activating the brand and saying, you know what, come to Ghana, come be a part of this event, and it's my first event.
The partners is what I have confidence in. He's brought on board the state,
the ministry of that means
the ministry,
Charlie,
beyond the
Black
return.
is a national asset at this point.
I think what is that? What's the other one? The one
beyond
before,
the return, Ghana Tourism Authority, and then
Musica.
That's Musica.
No, which one is this?
That's the Ghana Tourism Authority. Now, we've been told that the NSG has been postponed, so there's no need to even have that conversation. So they released a statement saying that it's been postponed.
Wildaland has also been postponed. I don't know.
Has it?
Yes, I think Nita and
they said Wildaland has not been postponed.
It's not been postponed.
So it just has a new date.
But if you are doing something,
but the date is out now, so new date. It's not postponed.
New date. Okay.
Postponed means we haven't got date.
We haven't. Okay, so you are talking about postponement as in
the change of date.
So there's a change of date. But before we go to Wildaland, let's do so it's the 24th to 26th is Wildaland. That's a new date. The
new date is 26th to
27th.
Oh, that's a new date now.
Yes.
All right, so that's the experience. Now it's just like 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah. No, but the last time it was 2. The last time, guys, how many days was it? It was 3 days.
No,
was it?
We are doing the whole of 26, 24 hours, and then we are doing the whole of 27th.
When are we supposed to converge?
26.
20th.
No,
we have to convert early.
No, but it's going to be serious. Like, maybe the organizer should tell us something.
Hey,
because
Charlie,
it won't be a full
virgin.
48 hours. From what I'm seeing, if they're supposed to go on 26th, that means it will take some hours from
That's
that
what
day.
I'm saying.
And then the following day, if they're supposed to leave on 27th,
I'm sure
That's what I'm saying. It's like 24 hours.
The events and all that starts on.
No, they should tell us when we are converging. I'll be excited if they say maybe we are converging on 25th.
Do you know what I'm even worried about?
As part of the partnerships we have with some of these events,
they'll be coming through to tell us, Anyway,
looking at the
now that
lineup
we've
for
seen
December,
Wildaland, okay.
I'm already tired.
You've not even started.
Yeah,
the old man.
Your body is going.
I'm already driving back from Wildaland, and I'm tired.
When I told you on the 1st of December that somebody said that their liver should have patience, that this is the season of whatever, and they are going. It's not this is December. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. So you tell your body that already. That Charlie, the work you are doing to serve yourself and the nation, and to serve the creative space and the nation. Tell your body that stay strong.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that,
for God and country.
I think people should start looking at home workouts to stay fit, because you're going to eat all sorts of shradie, shradinam.
What is the time? Wait, what is the time to do the home workout? Because you are coming back at 6 a.m. home workout. As you are coming back, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good
because
idea, but it remains an idea, because some people are not even sleeping. Aside not sleeping, you get home at 6. Those who sleep will want to wake up maybe exactly.
There's a clarification on the
mid morning
NSG thing. It's actually an African tour. So they had Nigeria on the 16th and then 22nd in Ghana. And they cancelled those two. But Kenya and Zambia are also active. So they're actually hopping around. So it could not be it could not necessarily be an issue of the clash or whatever.
Oh no, nobody said it was. We're just saying that.
I'm just saying that.
Okay.
It could easily be a booking, flight
thing and all of that. Anyway, they make it easier for us to settle. Once it's not happening on the 22nd, it means that we can find an event on the 22nd. But it's actually open. But the events we have here, there's none happening on the 22nd.
On the 22nd,
so maybe we might find one before December ends. But now let's go talk about Wildaland. Let's talk about the Mastro's concert. And then Manifestivities as well.
Manifestivities, yeah.
Manifestivities just on the 18th. So that's like next weekend.
Next weekend.
Let's talk about that. Then we go to the Maestro.
Bukom.
It's not Bukom Arena.
Yeah, as always. I think Manifest has come a long way with Manifestivities, and I've always found it interesting why he's chosen Bukom Boxing Arena. I think he explained the last time why he does that, but I think it's a very intimate experience when you go for his concerts. The kind of sound you experience, the kind of performances you have to witness. I think that was one of the events that actually brought him and Sarkodie back together. I don't know if you guys remember. One time he just
gave a surprise. Yeah, I remember very well.
And since then, I think they've been cool.
You see how rappers are cool.
You get.
They understand that it's just business.
So I think this year he's bringing on a new artist, not a new artist, but he's been around Kokusi. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, of the challenge.
Of the challenge, solid guy. He's a PhD graduate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's aero
dope.
Something.
I saw the video. I didn't know he was
an
intellectual. Wow.
So it would be great to see other stars on there as well. And I don't know if he intends to move away from Bukom Boxing Arena next year or next 2 years. I don't know, but we hope to see.
All right, we're going to go on to speak to George Festus Mensah, the CEO of Ego Tickets. We want to find out how the ticket sales are going, which events are popping, which people are going where.
Are people buying the tickets?
Are they buying the tickets? So that at least it gets people prepared. For those of you who are waiting to buy last minute, you get to know that, maybe they're running out of tickets and you might lose out if you don't. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show.
All right, great. So we're just curious, how's it going with the ticket sales? We know that December in Ghana is a big deal and we're expecting an overflow. The ministry says that people are going to come from abroad. Of course, it's beyond the return, so we are expectant. Tell us how the ticket sales are going.
All right, so good morning once again to your viewers. And for ticket sales, we just started December. So basically this week going into the month is more for awareness and using stats to talk about it. Ticket sales normally happens when it gets closer to the event. That's how Ghanaians like to buy their tickets. They don't like planning ahead. And it's something we've been trying to change in the scene, trying to introduce things to make it happen. But for some of the events, ticket sales are already moving steadily. Climbing up, we have the Gyakie live show where people are buying tickets. Rapperholic is also selling and the ticket sales are going up. And some of the other outdoor parties and other events have their own sales steadily going up. But for us, we like using data and analytics in informing our vendors and the church viewers on what to expect. Normally, people tend to buy more tickets when you have the early bird packages, for discounts before the real time gets in where you can bump up the tickets. So we use that to advise vendors. That hasn't happened yet now, but I know it's going to happen anytime soon. We are going to have some early bird tickets for some packages. Case Daniel is going to roll out one very soon for their 23rd event. So ticket sales normally, like I said, will start a weekend into the event. That's when you get most people buying.
Are you on for the WizKid event, because that's happening this weekend? Are you selling tickets for?
No, we are not on. Ego Ticket is not on for the WizKid event.
Okay, can you tell us which of the events you're on so that we get to appreciate what you're telling us?
Okay, so the highlights, the main ones that we are on is Gyakie, Rapperholic, Case Daniel, Tribal Fest, the other ones. We just did the African Legends, which had high patronage. And then we did Good Block Party just this past weekend. And then with, I think, we have the 1,000 and Distant Laughs.
That's on the 26th. Is it a Chatterhouse production?
Yes, the Chatterhouse production. Okay, we have the one too. The one ticket sales are also being bought. And we have this Dennis comedy event at Alisa. Okay. Which we have a host of events and a host of outdoor parties on our platform. And most of them are doing quite good in sales.
Now, what's your main job? Are you part of the promo or the promotion of these events as well? Or yours is just to provide, a venue for which tickets will be sold? Or you do other things beyond just the sales of tickets?
All right, so our primary focus is mainly around the sales of tickets, where we provide different channels for event organizers and patrons to get tickets. So we have the USSD, we have the web link, we have the WhatsApp link to be able to buy tickets via WhatsApp. And currently we've onboarded third parties and financial institutions who you can buy Ego tickets from. And beyond that, we tend to give our vendors more than just the ticketing. We are in the business with them, so we advise them. We do promos, sponsored promos, either radio, online, that's Instagram, or we use some influencers to help push the ticketing for them. And at the day of the event, we help them with a bit of check-in and security structure at the event.
Because you told me that that people always like to buy last-minute tickets, is there be a situation where there's a jam? Because these are gadgets we are working with, the internet.
Maybe due to traffic.
And there's a jam and people cannot.
No, for us as Ego Tickets, we've been in this business for the past 9 years. We've seen it all. So our systems are capable of handling any spikes in events or whatever. Our team are also on 24-hour standby, especially during this festive period, to be able to curtail any unforeseen events which might happen. But our systems are tried and tested. We did the Ghana-Nigeria World Cup qualifier. We've done major events apart from that. Last year we did Rapperholic. We are doing that this year again. We've done. So for that jump in spike, which we expect, we're always prepared for it. So and also for internet challenges which might happen, or some network challenges which might happen that people can't get access to tickets. We have our offline agency network where people can use cash to buy digital tickets too. So we have it all covered in a 360 bubble.
Is it user friendly? Is it one that people can just access and, go straight and buy their tickets? Because what I find is, that we are not so used to having to, buy tickets online, right? And so people find it very daunting if they have to go. They'll prefer to rather get to the venue and then make payments there. So I'd just like you to take us through the process of purchase.
So the process of purchase, like I said, let me take you through all our channels. I'll start our topmost channel, which is USSD. Because of mobile money and everybody knowing, the biggest app in Ghana now is *170#. Mobile money, everybody uses it. Okay. So because of that, people are very conversant with USSD. So USSD is the first channel and the topmost channel that people use. It processes 90% of the traffic in ticket sales. So people just dial the USSD code *713*33, and then the event code, and then they go through the flow where they choose the number of tickets, and then they pay with their mobile money. That is one. The second one is sending the event code to our WhatsApp channel, and then the steps are just given to you, and you go through it, and you buy your ticket, and you receive your ticket in your WhatsApp and SMS. Then the third one is going to the web link, where you click on the link and then choose your ticket and make purchase either with your bank card or mobile money. Then the fourth one is buying through our mobile app. That's the C2U by Ego Tickets. That's the mobile app. And what we've added this quarter is what is third-party vendors. Not necessarily coming to Ego Tickets, but there are a lot of third-party vendors who have events there who are also promoting sales. So this gives a wider reach to any event organizer and also bringing the tickets closer to the audience. Then we have what you mentioned, that people might be having challenges. You can't rule anything out. So we have to cover every scenario. So we have the offline mode where we have agents available at event centers where the event is happening, to be able to dish out digital tickets when you even bring cash, so that you'll be allowed. So we've covered everything to make the ticket sales and then the process very seamless and convenient for everyone.
Okay. So we had a reportage from Tidal Rave that there was a ticketing overflow too many tickets were purchased or there were too many tickets in the system beyond the venue's capacity, and there was something of the sort. I want you to speak on if it's possible indeed that, maybe a venue is supposed to take 1,000 people, but 2,000 tickets get sold. And then whose responsibility is to ensure such scenarios don't happen between the ticket vendor and the organizer itself? Because we have a lot of high traffic events that you've listed on your system now. Mm-hmm. And I want to know that if the ticketing log that you have tallies with the capacity the event is meant to hold, or do you just sell whatever tickets you are given by the organizer?
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. So when I mentioned that, we just don't do the ticketing. We are part of the business, planning and everything. So we bring our professional expertise to the table. We know the capacity some of these venues can hold. So when we have tickets uploaded, we try to verify and cross-check with the event capacity. And we do that. We don't let you sell more than the capacity can hold. We don't allow that on our platform. So you find some other vendors, maybe apart from selling from us, they try to print and sell. That's beyond our control, but we try to, within our control, we don't allow that. Speaking to Tidal Rave, which you mentioned specifically, the event center wasn't choked. I was there physically. There was a lot of space in there. They didn't even sell to the capacity of the place. The few issues they had was not mainly at the venue, which I had, it was outside the venue. People going home and all that. It was more about the community than the event, if I can answer to that.
So I know you mentioned control. So just to touch on ticket racketeering, it's a season where people like to buy tickets, hoard them, and then sell them back to other patrons, at either a higher price or a higher percentage. How are you, as a tickets, vendor, how are you helping, shall I say, damp down some of these activities that are going to be, purported by scrupulous persons?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So in our system, we've made it in such a way that you can't buy a certain number of tickets at a time. Okay. And then the same number can't buy multiple tickets. There's a limit, which we always discuss with the event organizers. It might be a number can buy maybe 5 at a time, that's all, or 10 maximum. Most often, 10 is the maximum a number can purchase. Aside that, that's why we've introduced a lot of channels, making the tickets accessible. Let me steal this MTN slogan, like everywhere you go, the ticket should be there. When the ticket is not accessible, that's when racketeering is at its peak. So making tickets very, very found. So Ego Tickets, our first thing is more about discovery, helping discovery of tickets. That's why we have all these channels that we are bringing to the party. So making a lot of channels available, and even the offline channels. We're going to go heavy on promo marketing on where you can find our tickets. You can still go to your Koala and you will get a ticket from there, Ego Tickets. You can still buy on your phone,
what about,
which you can do
since you're saying that you have a number that you can buy at a go, what about if I'm representing a group? So for instance, maybe my church, we want to come, we're a group of 50. And I'm supposed to buy a ticket for all the 50 members because maybe I'm the leader. How do we go about that? Since I can't buy like 50 tickets at a go.
So normally that one is more like a custom purchase. People reach to us and we help them purchase it. So those ones comes as custom purchase. Like when we did the Ghana Nigeria World Cup, the supporters group came because we didn't want people to hoard tickets. So they came, they make bulk purchases for their numbers, and we know they are registered. So for those ones we know, and we control the ticket movement and purchase, and make sure a larger group of the population get access to it to make a fair distribution channel.
Thank you very much, Judge Festus Mensah, the CEO of Ego Ticket, for speaking to us this morning and shedding light on what Ego Tickets does and what events are on and how the sales are going for December in GH. We are grateful. All right, guys, on that note, I guess we're coming to the end of the conversation this morning. At least we've looked at some events. I don't know which one you want to talk about again, but we are pressed for time. I'm sure that whilst they come to the studio to advertise these events, we get the opportunity to speak some more. But I'm excited that before we even went straight to talk about the event, we raised some salient points that if anybody who in authority is listening to might want to pay attention before we come back in January with another pandemic or something that is new. And
which unfortunately has been the case since 2019.
Every year
we went and then we came back and there was the COVID initially, and then we went in 2020, 2021, it came again. 2021 we went, 2022 we came again. So I think we should just take better care of ourselves and take more responsibility.
On that note, thanks to my co-host here, C-Real, Lerny, and of course the man himself, Olele. My name is MzGee, but Charlie, you have to do Bank and Olufsen before we go.
Bank and Olufsen.
Hey, you have to do Bank and Olufsen before we go. Clear your throat and do Bank and Olufsen.
Do you need water?
You have Belapa in front of you. And Belapa is one of our proud sponsors. You know, we are grateful to Belapa. We are grateful to Milo as well. So whilst you're clearing your throat,
let's go. We are ready for you.
Hey,
please, the Belapa is sweet. Why? Enjoyable water. Discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. Discover the world of Bang & Olufsen, a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics you might love to own. Locate us at our showroom right here in Accra, Ghana, Atlantic Towers, Liberation Road 1, where each passing day, month, and year, variety of drool-worthy new electronic gadgets ranging from exquisite home theaters, speakers, headphones, television sets, and soundbar products are released. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else.
Definitely like no one else. Have a great morning. We are back tomorrow at 7 a.m. with another edition of Culture Daily. Bye.
We're out.
Have a good day.